When you have the answer to an inequality question, there are multiple ways you can write out this answer. The first way is the one you're probably most familiar with, and that is inequality notation. So for example, x is greater than 8. That is inequality notation. Another way you could write it out is in interval notation. Interval notation looks like coordinates. We have something, comma, something. We have the minimum value, comma, the maximum value. And then we either have parentheses like this, or minimum, comma, maximum in brackets like this, or we could have minimum, comma, maximum, parenthesis, bracket, or we could have minimum, comma, maximum, brackets, parentheses. When do we use these? Brackets mean we are including, and parentheses means that we're not including. So let's look at the example x is greater than 8. Our minimum value is 8. And our maximum value, we don't have one. It goes on until infinity, so our maximum value is infinity. We are not including the 8 because x is greater than 8. X is not greater than or equal to 8, so we have a parenthesis around the 8. And infinity, we always put a parenthesis around infinity. We can never have the brackets around infinity. So this would be x is greater than 8 in interval notation. Let's look at another example. Let's say we have in inequality notation, we have x is less than or equal to 4. So what's our minimum value? We don't have one. We have everything from negative infinity until 4, and including 4, everything that's less than or equal to 4. So our minimum value is negative infinity. We can never have a bracket around infinity or negative infinity, so we have a parenthesis around the negative infinity. Comma, our maximum is 4. And we are including 4 because x is less than or equal to 4, so we have a bracket around the 4. Let's look at another example. Let's say we have x is greater than 3 and x is less than or equal to 14. So what we're saying here is x is between 3 and 14. It's including 14. So x could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What's our minimum value? 3. What's our maximum value? 14. We are not including the 3, and we are including the 14. Another way we could write out the answer to an inequality is on the number line. Let's go back to the example, x is greater than 8. When we draw the number line, we're just drawing a straight line with arrows at the end. The only numbers we need to put on the number line are the numbers that we're using. So here we're only using the number 8, so we could put on 8. And x is greater than 8. Since x is greater than 8 and not greater than or equal to 8, we're putting an open circle above the 8 and an arrow straight on in the direction where x goes. So x could be everything greater than 8, everything where the arrow is pointing, nothing in the other direction, and not 8. Let's say we have x is greater than or equal to 8. Our number line with an 8. Since we are including 8, we're having a closed circle above 8, and x is greater than or equal to 8, so the arrow points in this direction. All the numbers that are greater than or equal to 8 are solutions to our inequality. How about x is less than or equal to 3? Let's draw the number line with a 3. We are including the 3, and our solution says everything that's less than or equal to 3. Let's say we have x is greater than 2 and x is less than or equal to 5. So x is between 2 and 5, including 5. Let's draw the number line. Here we're going to have to put on 2 numbers onto our number line. We have to put on 2 and 5. So here's 2 and here's 5. We are not including 2. We are including 5. X is greater than 2. So everything over here, 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 keep on going until we reach 5. And x is less than or equal to 5. So nothing less than 2, nothing greater than 5. So another important thing to be able to do is to be able to read inequalities when they're written like this. Let's say we have an inequality that looks like this. To read this inequality, we start from the middle. We read the left-hand side, then we start from the middle and we read the right-hand side. So we say x is greater than 5 and x is less than 12. We start from the middle. X is greater than 5. Then we start from the middle again. X is less than 12. Another way we could write this is X is greater than 5 and X is less than 12, but it's neater if you write it as one inequality, like the first one. You could also have an inequality that looks like X is greater than 5 or X is less than 3. That means we go on till infinity past 5 and till negative infinity past 3, but nothing in between 3 and 5, now 3, now 5. On the number line, this would look like we have to put in a 3, put in a 5, open circle above the 5, open circle above the 3. X is greater than 5, so it goes on till infinity in that direction. X is less than 3, goes on to negative infinity in that direction. Nothing in between 3 and 5. If we wanted to write this in interval notation, it would be a little bit more difficult. We would have to use an or between them. We would have to write so for X is greater than 5, our minimum value is 5, our maximum value is infinity. We are not including the 5 and parentheses around the infinity. Or, for this part of it, it would be our minimum value is negative infinity. Our maximum value is 3, we're not including the negative infinity or the 3.